Yeah, Steve, now that's really interesting. So this brings us nicely into the latter part of our discussion, our time together, and I'm thinking of maybe a more philosophical question for you,
Okay.
Steve. Given a lot of the really practical insights that you've shared thus far, where do you see the law department headed, right? If you were to maybe bucketize it or, itemize it into 2 to 3 just major areas of value creation, revenue generation, where do you see the law department headed?
I think one is simplification for the business partner. I mean, they
Okay.
need to get their business done.
Okay.
And we need people who understand the privacy issues, understand the contract issues, and can translate those into a simple enough formula for the business that they
Right.
can utilize that advice. Because we can have people who can talk about all the different I'll pick on privacy for a moment.
Okay.
All the different privacy laws, what's coming.
Yeah, there's a
what
lot.
does it mean to me?
GDPR.
I'm putting up this mobile app. What does that mean to me?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think simplification is a huge one. I think another area is ease of use and self-service. And what I mean by that is we're experimenting with chatbots. We're experimenting with different intake portals for people, and where they can actually see where a project or if it's a patent, where that patent application is without having to call anybody. And they can, at some point you have to tell people when they do have to call you, so they're
Correct.
not out there making their own uninformed legal decisions necessarily. But I think that's something that is coming. And then I'd say third, it's just a big bucket is data. I mean, I just think we're going to be using data in our daily lives. We already are to a large extent, but that we use external data, for example, deciding who to retain as outside counsel, or how we should proceed in a case. What is the summary judgment record of this judge in front of us, and how often is the opposing party won in this context versus others. And so there's a lot of data. I think we're only scratching the surface, and we've got a data strategy. It's just over time we'll implement on that. And I don't think we're not behind or really far ahead. I think things are maturing across the legal area, and we're staying abreast, if not a little ahead. But it's fascinating. I love that area. It's not something I had intended to get involved in, but I feel that there's a lot of benefits.